Finally, the international break is over. That felt like the longest week of my life without Premier League football. Thankfully, the NFL started this week to fill in that sports void that we were missing this weekend. If you are a fan of the NFL, by the way, I run an NFL pick show here on the channel weekly with my two boys. Make sure you check that out if you are into the NFL. If you are new to the channel, though, make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for weekly Premier League predictions, which is what today's video is. Usually in this video, we review our predictions from last game week, make our predictions for the next game week, then look at our FPL fantasy football team. However, with the international break, I've already done a video reacting to my game week 3 predictions. You can see that on the channel. I also announced in that we are starting our wildcard. That is now active on fantasy. You'll see at the end of the episode what our fantasy team is looking like. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into the predictions for game week 4. It's game week 4, let's get it. Fantastic 4.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. I'm worried you forget about me.
So, without further ado, let's just jump straight in, man. It's game week 5, actually. Why did I say it's 4? No, it's not. It's game week 4. It is. I don't know why 5 is up on the screen there. I was going to say Liverpool-Everton. No way, bro, but that's the week after. So, no Friday game. There's been Friday games, I feel like, every fucking game week so far. No Friday game. We kick off with Arsenal against Nottingham Forest, 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. You know the philosophy with the 12:30 kickoff. You don't include it in your accumulator. However, I'm picking Arsenal. Just give me Arsenal to win. Forest have just sacked the manager. I don't know why, because Nuno had them boys balling out there. I don't know what's going on with that owner, what his problem is, but he's got a problem. And he's going to have problems going forward now because he sacked Nuno and brought in Ange. I don't know why he's done that, but I feel like Forest are going to fall apart. And it's a shame to see because I really like Forest. I like the squad. Chris Wood, Gibbs White, Anderson, absolute baller. They've brought in Douglas Luiz, who used to ball out for Aston Villa back in the day in the Prem. So he's a proven Premier League player. The back line is solid and Sells is a decent goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? Murillo and Milenkovic as a centre-back pair and have been balling out. Murillo, he can pass a ball, bro. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's all up in the air. There's uncertainty. And when there's uncertainty, I pick the team that's more certain, which is Arsenal. There's no uncertainty there. They've got Eze. He should start. Let's see if he's allowed to play like an actual, creative footballer. Or if Arteta is going to just tell him, hey, run down the wing and kick it off the defender so we can win a corner. Bullshit. I'm picking Arsenal to win, though. Let's move on because fuck Arsenal. I'll be honest. Fuck Arsenal, bro. Anti-football club. We're into the 3 o'clock games then. The first one is Bournemouth against Brighton. Now, my head says to take Bournemouth in this spot against Brighton. Brighton obviously got a big win against Man City. I don't think anyone saw that coming. I certainly didn't. I thought they would have enough firepower, Man City, to put Brighton to bed. And I didn't think after losing João Pedro that Brighton would be able to compete against teams like Man City. But they shocked me. Losing João Pedro, I thought that would kill them, but they shocked me and they made a comeback. James Milner becomes the second oldest Premier League goal scorer of all time. He's also the second youngest Premier League goal scorer of all time, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. It might have been a lie, it might have been a joke, but I'm pretty sure that that is a fact. So that's crazy. Shout out to James Milner. However, in this position, you've got Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth have played great so far this season. I'm leaning Bournemouth for this one. They've won their last 2 games 1-0. But if you've actually watched the games and watched the film, Bournemouth should have not won those games 1-0. They should have won at least 2-3-0 in some of those games, yeah? They need to put their chances away. This game here, again, it has the potential to either be 2-0 to Bournemouth and they finally put those chances away, get a second goal, maybe even a third. This could be 2 or 3-0. Or it goes the opposite way and Bournemouth don't even put that one chance away to make it 1-0. And Brighton end up winning 1-0 or 2-0. So, if I want to be safe, on the double chance, I would take Bournemouth or Brighton here. But I'm locking in Bournemouth full-time result. I probably wouldn't bet on it, though. That one's scary to me. Because I love Kaoru Mitoma. Mitoma's my guy, bro. Goal or assist last week. I called it in the video. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not giving you a goal or assist for this game, though. Moving on, we've got Crystal Palace at home against Sunderland. Now, everything in my head says Crystal Palace here. But if you look at the odds for taking Sunderland on your parlay accumulator, hey, I'm leaning Sunderland, bro. I'm leaning Sunderland, honestly, just for the odds. Have you seen the difference in odds if you put Arsenal and Sunderland on the Aka, bro. Now, gamble responsibly, of course. This is all just for a bit of fun. However, I can see Sunderland with the upset, but everything in my head is telling me Crystal Palace are winning this game. They've managed to keep Mark Gahey at the end of the transfer window, which is massive for them. The other centre-back, Lacroix, he is great. That Richards they've got alongside them in the three centre-backs, great. Where does Sunderland get the goals from against that solid of a defence? I do not know. Crystal Palace, I haven't seen their injury report. I find it hard to find injury reports with Premier League clubs. With the NFL and American sport, it's so easy to find out who's going to play and who's not. ESPN literally have a dedicated section for each team for injuries, bro. But with the Premier League, there's not like one website where you can just go and look at injuries. But I'm pretty sure Adam Wharton got injured before the international break. Is he fit to play? I do not know. I could probably just Google it right now, but it would take some time to find it, and I'm just lazy. Adam Wharton expected to be out for around 3 weeks. That comes from a week ago, from the London Evening Standard. So if that was 1 week ago, that means he's still got 2 weeks to go. Adam Wharton, losing him in that midfield is massive. And with a player like Granit Xhaka on the other team in the midfield, who could dictate a game, he has that quality, he has that ability. Give me Sunderland to win this game away from home. That's a big one. Now, another 3 o'clock game here is Everton at home at the Bramley Moor Docks against Aston Villa, who have been struggling this season. They've just brought in on deadline day Harvey Elliott, my boy from Liverpool. I think that was a permanent transfer as well, so hopefully he does well over there, and I do want to see that. But they haven't scored a goal yet this season, Villa. They have a perfect chance to do it against Everton, I can't lie, because their defence is looking shaky with no fullbacks. And Michael Keane sucks, I'm sorry. Mate. Michael Keane, I've met him in real life. I met him when he first signed for Everton. I did work experience at Finch Farm and met him on his first day there. That's my claim to fame, by the way. And he's a nice guy. But man, he sucks at football. He's lost it. He needs to go. Branthwaite, what's the schedule on him, bro? Is he back soon? I hope so, for the sake of all Everton fans out there. It says here his potential return is the 13th of September, which is when this game is. But his status is ruled out. So how is that a potential return if he's been ruled out? I don't know, but Branthwaite is currently still injured. That's not good for Everton. The fullback situation's looking dodgy. But Aston Villa, unlike last season when they had a plethora, what a word by the way, of wide options, this year they don't. They lost Rashford. Obviously he went back on loan. Asensio went back on loan. They sold Diaby. They sold Bailey, I think. I'm just chatting shit now, I think. But I'm pretty sure those guys aren't there no more. And in a game like this, you'd want to attack Everton down the wings and put balls into the box, see if Ollie Watkins can get his toe on the end of something or his head on the end of something. Maybe Harvey Elliott is going to come into play on the wide area. Maybe you play Morgan Rogers wide. Or maybe like 2 inside 10s. I don't know. Morgan Rogers, by the way, he's had a shocking start to this season. We're only 3 games in, so I don't want to be too harsh on him. But man, he has looked terrible this season. Last season, he was amazing. This year, come on, bro. This guy was getting compared to Gibbs White. Now, I know Gibbs White had a shocking game week last week. But this guy's nowhere near the level of Gibbs White. Can he shut me up and score against Everton? Everton at home as well, this new stadium. They got their first win there last time they played. And, you know, I like Everton this season, I can't lie. Jack Grealish, oh my God, against his old club. Oh my God, have I only just clocked that? Have I only just clocked? It's Jack Grealish against... Give me Everton to win, easily. Give me Everton to win. And Jack Grealish anytime goal. Because he's going to score and he's going to hit one of them. You know them ones where they don't celebrate. Give me Jack Grealish to score anytime and Everton to win. However, I can see both teams to score in this game. If you're making a bet builder, I'd probably go Everton full-time result, Jack Grealish anytime goal or assist, and both teams to score. Little trio, get a little 25% bet boost on there from your gambling site of choice. Gamble responsibly. We don't have a sponsor yet. I'm trying to get a gambling sponsor. But if you see, bro, if you're watching this as a gambling sponsor, that's the perfect place to go in and be like, sign up with the link in the description, but we don't have one yet. But that's my bet builder there for Everton. And I'm going to lose a lot of money this weekend. Moving on, Fulham against Leeds. I like Fulham in this spot at home. Don't think they've won yet in the Prem this season. They haven't. It's 2 draws and a loss. And I feel bad for Fulham because if you've watched the games, they've been unlucky. They really have been unlucky. And I think this is a perfect position to ride with Fulham. Fade Leeds because Leeds look like they might be going straight back down. And I'm taking Fulham at home to beat Leeds. I think Fulham have the quality in their team to go and get wins. They should have had a win already. They've got Premier League proof experience in that team compared to the Leeds squad. I like Alex Iwobi in this spot. Maybe anytime goal or assist. But I like Fulham to win. And honestly, I might pick Fulham in my last man standing. There's another game, though, on the Sunday that seems the obvious pick for my last man standing. But I'm eyeing up Fulham. I like that position right there. Another 3 o'clock game. We're packed with them this week. It's Newcastle at home against Wolves. Now, Wolves suck. Wolves really suck, and I've given up all faith in Wolves. Newcastle at home is such a tough game. This ends 1-0 to Newcastle. Or 0-0. This screams 0-0 and ruins the parlay. Because Newcastle drew 0-0 with Leeds last week and everyone expected them to win. In fact, Newcastle got the new boy in, haven't they, up front? Volta Made, is it how you say it? Yeah, give me Newcastle to win this one. Give me Newcastle to win this one. Come on, it's at home. You don't beat Newcastle at home unless you're Liverpool. 5:30 game on the Saturday. It's West Ham at home to Spurs. This is the first one of the game week where I'm like, oh, I really don't know which way to call this. I think there's going to be a moment of quality in this game that separates the two sides. Whether that's from Jared Bowen or whether that's from... I don't even know who at Spurs could be the difference maker here. Oh, it's Kudus against his old team. Oh, it's Kudus against his old team. Jack Grealish against Villa. Kudus against West Ham. The script writers are absolutely cooking. I want to say 2-1 West Ham, though. I want to say Jared Bowen gets the win and Kudus is left there. The camera pans to him at the end of the game. His hands are on his hips. His head is down. And the commentators are like, oh, should he have left West Ham or should he have stayed? Because West Ham have got a big 3 points against Spurs. And after a bad start to the season, Graham Potter decided to switch his formation. Unlike some idiot over in Manchester who refuses to do it. Graham Potter switched his formation to 4 at the back and now look at them winning. And they beat Spurs, who beat Man City. Which means West Ham are going to beat Man City and win the league. But that was just a shot at Ruben Amorim, to be honest. I wanted to get that in there. Change your damn formation. You're going to get sacked with that formation. You're riding and dying by this 3-4-2-1. We'll get to that in a minute. West Ham Spurs. I'm going West Ham or Spurs. Double chance. I think there's a moment of quality in this game that separates it from being a draw. Watch it end 0-0 now. 8 o'clock on a Saturday. Brentford at home against Chelsea. I don't want to watch this at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. Are you kidding me? Brentford Chelsea. This one stinks. I'm going to go with Chelsea though, because that's just the obvious pick. But I would not be surprised if Brentford get a result at home against Chelsea. Would not be surprised in the slightest. Mikel Damsgaard's quality. But give me Chelsea to win. Moving on to Sunday then, 2 o'clock in the day. Prime time on TV. It's not prime time, it's middle of the fucking day. Burnley at home, Turf Moor. They're against Liverpool, the Premier League champions, who are going to win the league again this year. But give me Liverpool to win. Simple as that. Burnley. Lyle Foster, though, might have a chance of scoring in this game. But, hey, we got Alexander Isak. Fuck out of here, Burnley. This is 4-0 to us. Fantastic 4-0. Isak to get his first goal. He might even get a hat-trick and be like, yeah, I'm him. I know he's lacking match fitness and he might only come in off the bench or play about 60 and get subbed. I really don't know how we're going to line up for this one. Is Ekitike going to start on the left? Is Gakpo going to start on the left? Will Isak even start down the middle? Or what's probably more likely is Ekitike starts down the middle, gets hooked on the 60th minute. Or, because it's fantasy football, Ekitike gets hooked on the 59th minute. And Isak comes on for the last 30 and scores on his Liverpool debut in his Liverpool red with his sexy fucking Adidas kit on and celebrates in front of the away end. Last but not least though, on the Sunday, Manchester City against Manchester United. Now this is just shit versus terrible. I'm going to go with Man City to win. They're at home. Manchester United are shambles. Will Ruben Amorim ever change that formation? If he doesn't, he's going to get sacked. If he does, Manchester United have a perfect squad right there to win games. It's as simple as that. I am not a Premier League manager. I've never managed in my life apart from career mode. But my career mode team could beat this Manchester United team. Get the fuck out of here, Ruben Amorim. You're putting this club in a bad position right now. You lost against Grimsby. That's fucking embarrassing. Get rid of the bullshit wing backs. Drop Dorgu. Drop one of your stupid ass centre backs. Play De Ligt and Maguire together. And play 4-3-3. And you're solid. Get Kobbie Mainoo in the 3-man midfield. Fuck out of here playing 4 10s at the same time. You can't play 4 number 10s. Shit don't make sense. I'm going Man City, but this has potential to be a draw, and Ruben Amorim saves his job. I feel like a draw here would save his job. Or a win. Imagine United win. I just can't even picture United winning. I think Cunha's out injured, actually, isn't he? I forgot about that about last week. Okay, we've got a few injuries here. I've just looked up. Nicholas Fulkrug might be out for West Ham. Matty Cash might be out for Villa. You've got Dario Luis Esugo out for Chelsea. Who the fuck is that? Dario Luis Esugo? Chelsea piss me off because they've got 2 million players in their squad and they just spawn people out of nowhere. Who the fuck is Dario Esugo, bro? But yeah, talking about the United game here, you've got Dallo, who might not play. I think they've been starting Diallo at right wing back anyway, but still, he's out injured. Mason Mount and Cunha. Give me Man City to win money line. That's easy. That's cash money right there. Yeah, Nicholas Fulkrug is ruled out going back to that West Ham game against Spurs. He's ruled out with a calf strain. That's quite big for them. Jared Bowen and Somerville, though. Somerville needs to start this game. He needs to start. Paquetá, Somerville, Bowen. That's creativity right there that can get you goals, even against Tottenham's solid defence. I think Vicario is probably going to end up team of the season goalkeeper this year. He's been balling out. Romero's looked good this year too. That Spurs defence is good, but I do think West Ham can break through. We're talking about Man City and Man United right now, though. And in fact, no, we're not, because I've already said, what the fuck? Cherky's out for 2 months. When did he get injured? I'm just looking at the Man City injury report now. Gvardiol is not ready. No, he is. What the fuck? It says Kovacic is not ready, but that's on Gvardiol's page. This website's so jarg. Kusanov might be injured. Man City fans, you should be celebrating on that one. Phil Foden might be out. I mean, even if he's fit, he's not going to play, is he, under Pep? John Stones might be out. I mean, that's again another one that you should be celebrating, City fans, because he's looked terrible this year. But yeah, man, that's the end of the predictions, I guess. I think I'm going 10 games this week. I'm going 10 for 10, and we're winning generational wealth on the accumulator this week. Let's talk fantasy football then, man. This is our current team. The wildcard is active. We have Vicario in goal against West Ham. This is not just for this game week. Obviously, wildcard is not the free hit. This is for long-term, permanent setup. Truffert, Cucurella, Lacroix at the back. Love that. Midfield of Kudus, Grealish, Semenyo and Gakpo. Up front, Ekitike, João Pedro, Isak. On the bench, Enzo Fernandez, Mark Gahey and Rodon with Dubravka. This team, so solid. The only thing that I'm scared about is the Liverpool attackers. Gakpo or Ekitike, one of them drops from the squad to get Isak in. Does Isak even start? If he doesn't, Gakpo and Ekitike start. If Isak starts, one of the other two don't. So what I need to do with this squad is get Ekitike or Gakpo out of the team. Now, I think it's going to be Gakpo. I think the logical thing is to take Gakpo out and either Isak or Ekitike will start as a left inside forward in our squad. Or maybe they might just like play there and just fucking rotate in game. Because formations these days in 2025 Premier League mean fuck all, really, let's be honest. But yeah, Gakpo needs to go. Problem is, I'm finding this year with FPL, boys, the midfield sucks. Like, midfielders actually suck this year. There's not even like a good option. You've got Cole Palmer out injured. You've got, what, I've got the top 3 players in my squad right now. Enzo, Semenyo, Grealish. I like Jaden Anthony. I think he's a good Premier League player. And if Burnley go down, he'll stay up and stay in the Prem with some sort of team. But I'm not putting a Burnley player in my team, especially when they've got 4 losses going in the next 4 games. In fact, they might beat Aston Villa because they stink. Paquetá, I'm not mad at. He's had 2 back-to-back goals. And he's managed to stay, but you've got some solid defensive teams coming up here. Tottenham, Palace, Everton, shaky if they can get Branthwaite back though by them. Arsenal, I mean, maybe after game week 8, you look into West Ham players. Jared Bowen might even be a shout up front. I feel like I need to get rid of a midfielder and have a 4th attacker. That's what I want. Can we play 4-2-4? Give us that option, because the rest of this, like, these options just suck. Gakpo, limited for game time. Sarr, do I really want to bring in a Crystal Palace attacker? Not really, you know. Ndai, do we go double Everton? That sounds like a bad idea. I'm leaning Declan Rice. I don't mind Rice. He's got a good chance of getting assists because he takes set pieces. Also, might get breakups in play, get defensive contribution points. And, you know, Arsenal don't really concede. He might get that extra 1 bonus point for the clean sheet as a midfielder. The midfield, man, it's a tough one this year. Obviously, Mo Salah, but he's so expensive, bro. You know what I mean? Man United, do you bring in Brian and Mbeumo? In fact, I don't have a City cover. Do we go back to Tijani Reinders? He's not in this squad. I have no Man City cover. That's a big one, actually. Do I go with Reinders? Low-key do want Mo Salah, but 1.1 million minus in the budget. You know what I mean? That's not good. We could get rid of one of the midfielders. Or just anyone, because right now we're playing 4-5-3. That ain't a formation. We get rid of Lacroix, save 1 mil there. Then we need to save 0.1 in the midfield. We could do Enzo to Rice. And then Salah can stay. I like the sound of that. We go Reynildo at the back for 4 mil cover. And not a bad shout for Sunderland there. We get Reynildo for 4 mil. Mark Gay, he can stay as our Crystal Palace option, even though I do think Lacroix will probably get more defensive contribution points than Gahey. Obviously, Gahey got that goal last week, which gave him 15 points, which sent people fucking crazy, but still, I think Lacroix might be the better option. He's more aggressive, he steps up more from what I've seen from Palace, so he has better chance of getting those clearances, blocks, interceptions that you need for the defensive bonus points. But I like the squad. We've got Salah in there now, Declan Rice, and we've got a big premium triple Liverpool attack. Game time is a concern, but I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't give a fuck. Is this optimal? Is this meta? Or whatever the fuck people use? Template? Whatever's the fucking weird ass FPL terms that people use. Probably not. But I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? I just want to have fun and put in players that I fuck with and like. So I like this squad. And that might be our wildcard team right there. If you think I'm tripping, if there's a midfielder that I've overlooked, that I haven't mentioned, because I said the midfield's hard to get people in, let me know in the comments below. And let me know what you think about my predictions for this week. Do you think we're going to go 10 and 10 like I said we would? Let's find out this week, man. We'll be back on probably maybe Monday, because there's no Monday night game. So maybe Monday we review the week and see if our predictions came true. Saying that though, if they do come true, there won't be a video because I'll be a rich man from the accumulator and you'll never see me on YouTube again because I'll move to fucking Japan and you'll just never hear from me again. And you'll just see me chilling there in a fucking Demon Slayer kimono in the middle of fucking Mount Fuji. You get me? But anyway, that's going to be it. If you have enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the NFL picks coming soon on the channel. Should be tomorrow or maybe even yesterday for week 2 of the NFL. This has been week 4 of the Premier League though. My granny called. She said, Travi, you work too hard. I'm worried you'll forget about me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. I'll catch you next time, people, man. Take it easy.